started earning income for myself when I was 14 years old. I started up one business so I could fund my startup event planning business. COVID-19 has brought the events industry to a complete standstill. Hey everyone, I'm Charlotte, Die of a Businesswoman. Daily motivation on my Instagram, @dieofabusinesswoman_. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Don't want to miss a thing. Mid-week, weekly videos from me to you, made with love. My mission is to encourage and support young entrepreneurs into self-employment. And I do this by developing mindsets and offering practical business advice. After all, I am your business bestie, so make sure you stay connected so we can stay in touch. Let's get into the video. Let's start this journey right back at the start. Now, I was always an entrepreneurial child. My first official business was Tiger Paws Industries. I started this when I was 6 years old. I always wanted to make money. I loved money. I loved the thrill of having money and spending on whatever I wanted. That control, that sense of independence. I always wanted it from a young age. So if you are a mother or you've got young people in the family, watch out for these qualities. I was putting on shows and charging my parents £1 entrance fee. I was also selling paintings and cooking food for my dad, which turned into Tiger Paws Cafe. Any money making opportunity I saw, I took. So if you see these qualities, especially in girls, don't call them bossy. I was called bossy my whole childhood. Don't call them that. They're leaders, because if I was a boy showing the qualities I did, I would have been called a hero. But anyway, you're here to know how I actually made money, how I made this in the real world. But you should never forget where you came from. These humble beginnings, these humble entrepreneurial bursts of love that you showed without even realising it. So take some time to reflect on your childhood. I started making money when I was 14 years old. I planned and I hosted my first event. I worked alongside the local council and it was called Streets. Now the whole idea was to give children a place to get off the streets and come into a place where they could party and have fun and listen to music and not feel like a child. Now, my lovely, beautiful older brother was the security at this event, and it went so successfully that the council actually agreed that I could host another event. However, life throws its spanner in the works, and a month after the first event, when I was 14, this was when I turned 15, my brother died. My beautiful older brother was taken by the angels and taken to a better place. And it shocked my world. It shocked me, everything about me. But I didn't want to lose this opportunity. So the second event, hosted 4 months later, was in memory of my beautiful brother. I helped raise money for the memorial bench that is now sitting at the local lake, and I visit at least once a week, if not more. It's my favourite place to go. So I'm so proud of my younger, grieving self for making that happen. But after that second event, I spiralled. I completely lost myself. I completely lost my love for life. And I became obsessed with death. I became obsessed with the thought of anyone leaving. I'd have panic attacks when my mum would leave for work because I didn't know if she was going to come home or not. So when I was 15, spiralling, I took myself out of school. I told my school I'm not coming back. I'll come back for my exams. I knew that I'd be my own boss. I knew that these GCSE grades didn't mean as much to me as they did to everyone else. My passion and my love for business saved me. It saved who I was, and it gave me the motivation to be who I am today. So my life was spiraling and I took myself out of school. I would come back for my business lessons. I said to them, I actually told my school what I was doing, but I think they were so happy to get rid of me that they didn't care. They didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know what to do with someone that was so short in her own opinion and so ready for the world. I think that's the thing. I didn't want to learn about algebra and mathematics. I wanted to know the practical side of it. How can I make money? How can I file my taxes? Like, these are the questions I wanted to know. Teachers didn't have the answers for. So that's where school was not for me. School was not a journey that I enjoyed. However, learning is amazing. I love learning, and I never thought I would say that because I always associated learning with school, and they're very different. I don't see school as learning. I see school as preparing you for this society that someone else has planned out for you. Now, it's not to say you shouldn't give it your all. I became so anxious to the people around me that I actually pushed away the people that I loved the most. My best friends, my boyfriend at the time. I ruined myself. I ruined everything that I loved. Because I look back and I look at my grieving self and I just want to give her a hug. She just wanted her older brother. I had my dad at home who didn't shed a tear. Now that in itself is a whole other video. But just so you know, my dad has had 32 years of gruesome, cutthroat army training. He's trained to see death. So when his son died, me and my mum expected a little something and we received nothing. We didn't even see a tear at the funeral. My dad still sticks to the message that he had to be strong. But doing so, he pushed me away. I just wanted to die. I don't know how else to say it. I didn't want to be here. But here I am, pushing through, being the best version of me and using everything that I have learned to the best of my ability. Because that is what a purebred entrepreneur does. And if you can resonate with anything that I've said, if you can pick yourself up when you're feeling low, knowing that the bigger picture and the life ahead of you, if it's not in the moment, it will be better. That is an entrepreneur, and that was the passion that saved my life. So I left school. In 2017, I started Hair Extensions Berkshire, offering nano rings, micro wefts and micro rings to those living in Berkshire. Berkshire is a county in England, and I knew it was important to use a location because then the SEO purposes on Google, I'd be easily picked up. So 2018, I was 17, starting my hair extension business. I knew that that wasn't going to be the route I wanted to go, but I knew it would be the stepping stone to help me get some income so I could actually start the event planning business. Now, I said to myself I couldn't start the event planning business till I was 18, and that is for legal reasons. I needed to be able to purchase alcohol, late licensing, like all these certain aspects. Unfortunately, in the eyes of the law, you have to be 18. This is important, but this doesn't have to stop you. This only has to be another little bump in the road. You can use that time to research, to evaluate, to build up your income, to build up your expertise, become the expert. And that's exactly what I did. I was going out to people's houses, doing their hair, removing hair extensions, doing their maintenance every 6 weeks. I was often called a therapist, a counsellor, a best friend, I think, at one point, which was lovely. I was only 17 years old, and confession, I'd actually lie about my age to most of the people I would see. I didn't want to tell them I was 17. I was so scared that they'd judge the quality of my work on that. And I would come out with all sorts of ages, 21, 22, and now I'm actually that age. I think, gosh, good for you, girl. You should have just been honest. But it's okay. In that moment, I didn't know what I know now. So trust yourself, trust who you are. And this perspective of life, since working on my mindset, this is here to stay. I'm always going to be living in this positive bubble. Doing the hair extension business naturally gave me skills in admin and working at my diary and booking time off when I need to and booking in clients and building up customer relationships, taking payments, filing taxes. Like any sort of business you go into, you do need this basic knowledge. You can't deny that. So the hair extensions gave me a quick income so I could actually start my event planning business. So my 18th birthday came around, I had quite a few different hair clients, people booking in. I had my own problems with that business, don't get me wrong. Every business has its problems, has its obstacles that you face. Again, probably another video, but it's okay. These things happen, and that means you're a true entrepreneur. So my 18th birthday came around and I knew it was time to register the business. The business I'd been researching and trying to fund and trying to think about. Charlotte Randall Events. Now, the reason behind the name, because originally I was going to call it Personal Touches Event Planning, which I still actually quite like that name. But I just thought, what more personal than whacking my name on it? Putting my name for all to see. That there shows quality. My biggest worry at this point was that my age would let me down. People wouldn't see what I saw in me. Or it's okay, because actions speak for themselves, especially when you show initiative and you show up consistently. I looked at networking groups and local business clubs. I needed to network. I needed to get my name out there. I needed to build contacts. I needed to have some sort of foundation to what I was doing. And I thought, if anything, I could just learn something, because that is what you need to remember as an entrepreneur when you're going into something. You need to just open your mind to learn at any point. Learn at any cost. Anything you do, learn. What can you take from this? Good, bad, otherwise, learn. I was so lucky to come to Reading Business Club's website. Now, Reading Business Club is something that will always have a special place in my heart. Any of the members are watching? Hey, see you on Thursday. I love this club of businesses, small businesses that work with big businesses, medium businesses. We really have different arrays. And there's the odd person that does have a direct link to events, but there are also characters in there that don't have anything to do with events or anything to do with the business I'm in at all. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's not so much that I've learned from them. Getting your name out there, showing the initiative, people will scoop you up. Reading Business Club scooped me up when I was just starting up a business, and do you know why? I showed initiative. Not only did the business club actually give me so many opportunities to learn, it actually gave me some opportunities to work on my skills. I then went on to plan the 20th business club celebration, which was amazing, celebrating 20 years of the business club. A big joke that they now say the business club is older than me, which it actually is, because I was 18 when I was planning. And the best thing about the business club that I've now been in for 3.5 years, I've actually been selected by the members to be the chair of the business club next year. Now that's the biggest smile on my face, because not only am I the event planner for the business club, I'm now the chair, which gives me some sort of authority. I want us to be more eco-friendly. I want us to be exciting. I want us to attract young entrepreneurs that need us. So grateful that I could build these contacts, and in the time of this I was building up a website, I was finding an email, I was getting on Facebook. Facebook is where I went with my event planning business. I didn't have an Instagram page for it, I only went down the Facebook route. And then I would get the odd inquiry and people would talk, and some people I networked with would get in touch and say, oh, we've just had a conversation. One thing led to another. One opportunity spiraled into the next. That's the only way to say it. One opportunity opened another door, and then another door, and the list goes on. I remember my first consultation I went to, and it was a couple, and they'd already been married actually, but she was actually pregnant when she got married. And I remember sitting down with them, and I didn't have anything extra to offer them. I didn't have anything that I could give to them, and I wanted to add something. I wanted to give them something from me, like a physical something. I took my brain, put pen to paper, and I come up with a white bouncy castle. Little did I know that this was going to be quite a big venture for me. So, cut a story short, I then ventured out into event hire. White bouncy castle, a flower wall, Prosecco wall, which was 7 foot tall, a candy cart, and then my latest thing was a big ball pond to match the bouncy castle. Now, being a part of parties and events and weddings, it just fills me with so much love. If you're working on a passion, now organising and planning and putting everything together, that sparks a light in me. It makes me so excited. So that is my event planning business. But COVID-19 came along in 2020, in England anyway, and well, put the whole events industry to a complete standstill. Everything stopped. All the weddings that I had planned for this year, 36 weddings, gone. Stopped. No idea what the future holds for them. Now, 2020 was definitely a year of growth. It's a year that I've done so much journaling, so much writing, and that is where Diary of a Businesswoman has come to play. Diary of a Businesswoman is my blog on my website, it's my Instagram page, it's my YouTube channel. It's my way of getting my face out there, getting the message out there, and making sure that I can inspire other young entrepreneurs to get out there, to just make a start, to just show initiative. Whatever that may be, I'm here to support you, I'm here to inspire you, and I'm here to make sure the wealth is distributed more evenly on this earth. That is my big mission. I want us young entrepreneurs to take life with both hands and get out there. Get out there and do it. My business journey, this hasn't even touched the surface of some of the things I've learned and discovered and found. And my business journey has been absolutely crazy. There is no other way to put it. I have cried endlessly. I have been so joyful endlessly. I have created so many amazing things. I have been a part of the most amazing celebrations. I've hosted the best birthdays. One of my favourite events was a murder mystery. Being in this industry is amazing, and I can't wait to carry on and plan inspirational events and events that make a mark on people, because that's all I've ever wanted to do throughout my journey, is make an impact. Make an impact, but a good impact, a good message, a good mark left wherever I go. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm all about. So I posted on my Instagram page if anyone had any questions for me. Some really good ones came up, so I'm just going to read them out and give you my answers. Question number 1. What was the first thing that pushed you to start your own business rather than just dreaming? Now, this is such a good question, because you can dream, you can manifest, you can believe, you can convince yourself it's true, and that is so fantastic. That is one of the first steps, to believe in it's worthy for you, to believe in you're actually deserving of it. Being able to run a business, you have to conflict a lot of your emotions. You have to make yourself feel that you're good enough, that you can be a boss. So making sure you dream and you visualise that dream and that passion, and you feel how it would feel to accomplish everything you're dreaming about, to feel those feelings of, I've done it, I'm doing it, like I did it. Like, these feelings are what we all live for. And I love this question. So yeah, dreaming did start it, but you can only go so far. I wanted to create this dream into my reality. You've got to have that passion and that purpose so tight that you won't let it go until it's possible, until it's happening. You've got to be willing to put yourself in embarrassing situations, vulnerable situations. You've got to put yourself out there one way or another, and that's all I did. At what age did you start your own business? So I definitely started businesses when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, and that's fine. That's okay as well. Remember, be humble, keep these experiences. But the first time I actually made money was when I was 14. But then making consistent money month by month started when I was about 18 and a half, with the event planning business, when that had actually started to take off and bring me in some income. Oh, I love this question. If you could do anything differently, what would it be? How long you got? I can't think like that, because everything that has been bad and awful and you just want to hide, those right there have been the biggest vertical growth spurts right there. But if I had to do anything differently, it would have to be believing in my own power early on. This is what's inspired Diver Businesswoman. I didn't believe in myself. Even when I was out there being my own boss, I still didn't have it going on up here, because society told me I couldn't have it. Society told me I was too young. Society made me think I wasn't allowed this. It's not possible. But the truth is, I need to put my phone down. The truth is, adults don't know what they're doing either. These adults that claim to know everything, they don't know either. They are just as scared. Yes, they might have had some more wise years to live on this earth, but your age does not determine your wisdom. But this all depends on how you have your mindset and how you work with your mindset to work on your life. So mindset, I wish I worked on my mindset. I wish I saw the value that mindset has in your business. So thank you for the questions, for listening, for being here. If you've made it all the way through this video, put some $signs in the comments. Come on now, let's support the background. I'm bold and I'm out there and I'm doing what I love, and I hope you will as well. So follow me on Instagram. Let's keep this journey going. Stay safe, take care, and make sure you're back here Wednesday. Click that subscribe button, don't miss a thing. See you next Wednesday.